Hello, dear Virgo. Welcome to my Body and Heart Tarot Therapy. I'm here to do the reading for the month of October 2019 for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, then it's just not your reading. Don't try to stretch it or make it fit in. Use your own intuition to understand what messages apply to you in your context and let the rest go. Well, my dear Virgo, I hope you're well. We're just out of your season. We all got more familiar with the Virgo energy, and hopefully it was beneficial for you. Now being in the Libra season and later on in October entering Scorpio season, these are quite powerful energies once we are working with them. Now let's see what's going on for my dear Virgo, October 2019. The Lovers is your current energy. You're in love, Virgo. Now as the challenge for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, October 2019. Six of Swords, your challenge. So moving away from a certain thinking pattern, situation that's not really holding much kindness to you. That seems to be challenging right now. Okay, so we have the Chariot as your focus, which is in itself a very focused energy. Eyes on the prize, very methodical. And this is your advice, the Magician. Nice. What else do we have here? What is the future energy that's coming for you in October 2019? Based on your inner process, of course. Okay, so Page of Pentacles as your future energy. And we have the Three of Pentacles as your underlying energy. This is the theme of your reading, really. Having like certain different people with different skills and backgrounds working together in order to build something bigger. So bringing like what makes us different together and putting it on a table and learning from that and building with that, using them literally like building blocks for, can be it's Pentacles energy, so it's very much related to a real project in a real world. It can be a work project, can be a creative project, but it does announce some type of collaboration. All right, let's clarify these cards. Okay, so we have the Empress with the Lovers. Oh, it's really talking about love here. Look at the heart popping out here with the Empress. Sweet. Where's the Six of Swords is your challenge here? Three of Cups. Okay. One, two, three threes. Threes talk a lot about things coming together to build something bigger. It's really, it's closing a circle. Growth. Three talks about growth. I like the number 3. I have the Queen of Pentacles with the Chariot as your focus. I was wondering, there was so much supportive energy. Well, we have Nine of Swords with the Magician as your advice. I find it very interesting with this Nine of Swords comes as advice, but we'll get to that. And let's see what's coming in the future. King of Pentacles. Well, there you go, my love. It's the masculine. And the King of Cups. Again, masculine energy. As your theme, along with the Three of Pentacles. The King of Cups can be someone in your life, that is present right now, or it can be an aspect of yourself that is present right now or to call upon for you to integrate. And the King of Cups may not be very familiar to Virgo energy. Virgo energy is very, yeah, it's very earth, it's very grounded, methodical, um, analytical. The King of Cups is more on the artistic side. He's more about, he's a master of his emotions, and he's able to enact each and every emotion in a certain way. Also means that he's able to not act on his emotions, but rather feel them and choose which way he can respond, if he even wants to respond. And like Three of Pentacles can talk also about compromise. Like, okay, putting things together and making things work sometimes needs to, um, you know, compromise sometimes. I want this, you want this, the other person wants this. And in order to bring this together and have a fruitful progress of some sort, we can't have the complete, total different ideas being used in their raw form. We need to maybe enrich in some parts or let go of some parts, and that can bring out emotional responses within us. We can feel maybe rejected when our ideas aren't taken into consideration, or something like that. The King of Cups does talk about owning your emotions, really. He owns his emotions. See, he's like here on this throne that's completely floating on this rather wavery water. And he's in full control here. This is like he's within his own power. He's unhindered by the agitated sea, if you want to call it this way. His emotions can go quite deep and quite intense. This is generally Scorpio energy. So the Scorpio, and it's coming in the future, right? Like we have it in the last part of October. We enter Scorpio season, and we may have to deal with these very deep emotions of ours, and to go within and see how we react in situations like this, when we need to work together with other people, when we want to grow, and when we want to learn from, like, show ourselves, put on the table what is it that I can do, my skills, my life experience, and have the confidence to allow this experience to build up, but also to integrate other people's experience. How does this show up for me? What are the fears? We can have so many fears in this type of situation, when we feel like, okay, what if I'm rejected? What if they're not gonna like me? What if I'm actually losing friendships, if I'm being honest? And so on and so on and so on. We can be not confident enough, overconfident in some other aspects. These things can show up. Working together can be, with other people closely, can be quite triggering at times. And King of Cups is here to help you as a supportive energy, to help you really own your emotions, feel through without feeling the victim of your emotion. Without having to always act on them, without having to always communicate or express them. Communication is optional, and it can be done from a place where it makes sense to communicate them. Sometimes if I'm just like telling my feelings all the time to a certain person, it may not really help them. Maybe I'm putting my anxiety or fear on them, or maybe I'm putting my I don't know, maybe they're just not ready to receive whatever I have to offer in terms of emotional, what's in my cup. if I keep telling them, it's not going to help, right? So the point is like owning your emotions and not having to act on them, choosing, have a choice, having a choice. That's what the King of Cups does. Um, well, seems that love is a theme for many of us now in this Libra season that we're in. We are really checking in with the way we show up in relationships. What do relationships mean to us? How can we have deeper and more authentic relationships? And with the Empress, it's also coming from that place of being grounded and being creative and being aware and being connected to your body, being connected to that place of sensuality. How do I really connect to my body? How do I show up? Do I show up from this place of like I'm really confident and aware and connected? Or am I coming from this place of fear? How am I going to be perceived? Am I going to be rejected? Am I going to be abandoned again? Projecting all those um, past experiences on the current experience and maybe the partnership that I'm in or desire at this point in my life. Check in with that. It's a beautiful energy to connect to. The Empress is very, very grounded, very, very sensual. Feel through your body right now. Really feel, take your time to experience, whether it's about the time you spend with another person, the way we connect with the other person. Do that from a place of vulnerability and intimacy, not just from trying to play a role or to act in a certain way, if that makes any sense to you. The Empress is also about like, no, she's Venus in Taurus. She's very, very loving, and she knows that her love worths a lot. She knows that she's lovable, and she knows that her whoever wins her favors is worth something as well, and she doesn't need to strive to get somebody to love her. She's just being herself. She's just attracting people. She's not going out there making a show, if that makes any sense. It's a beautiful energy. And having this your underlying theme, again, how do we show up also in relationships? How do we accept our differences in relationships? How can we be uh, loving and accepting both of myself and the people that I'm relating to? And from what is the kind of space I'm holding? Where am I coming from when I'm relating to other people? Am I coming from fear? Am I coming from love? Am I coming from putting expectations, or am I coming from the space of receptivity and awareness? When I'm having a conversation with my loved ones or with the people at work, am I actually listening, or am I only waiting for the other person to stop so I can start talking? Am I just trying to give of myself, or am I also open to receive? And that sometimes those sounds noble and stuff. Oh my God, I'm giving all the time. But if you're not open to receive, then it's no flow. It means that I'm only out there to put energy out and to show the world who I am, but I'm not making space to see what is the other person like. We're just looking for confirmation and for mirrors. If we're not open to receive. The Empress is open to receive. She's very receptive energies, like all feminine energies, they're like creating space and they allow things in. Also, the Empress has pretty strong boundaries. You can't fuck with her. I don't know what that came through, but it felt like It just came through. Okay, so Six of Swords with the Three of Cups as your challenge. Maybe the way you project past relationships on your current relationships. You gotta understand that all relationships do change. So even if it's something old friendships, it is okay for them to change. It is okay for you to change the way you show up in this relationship. You're not tied down. Like if you have some friends from high school, and when you're in high school, maybe you were just drinking and I don't know, going to parties or whatever you were doing, playing pool. You're not forced to do these things when you're in your 40s or when you're in your 30s. We organically change, and it is okay for those friendships and the way we show up. I think I said that before, sorry about that. But it's sometimes scary because it is difficult to change the way I show up, the role I play. If I'm used to play this role in this particular group of friends, if I'm, for example, the person who holds space for the others, or if I'm the person who entertains the others, or if I'm the person who um, laughs at all the jokes and enables everybody else, then people are kind of counting on me whenever they meet me to have that particular response. And sometimes maybe I don't want to do that anymore. I'm understand that I'm more like aware of where I'm coming from, and I understand that some of these roles were easy to play and was the way I was maybe buying my love, if that makes sense to you, like feeling that okay, if I play this role, I'm worthy of love. This is how I feel loved, and this is how I feel connected. But we also learned that we love the love is unconditional, really, and the roles that I choose to play can change, and I can honor myself and see what feels good for me, really feeling through my emotion and feeling and see what thought patterns serve me and what don't. And Six of Swords talks exactly about this, moving away from a situation that's holds no kindness to you, and seems to be related again with friendships, with your group of friends, with your support group. Is it supportive or is it toxic actually? Are you asked to do things that you're not comfortable with just to be part of the group? Or can you uh, really show who you are and feel comfortable with that? Are your friends bullies, or are they really supportive and holding space for you as well? These are the things that, this being your challenge, these are the things that seem to be difficult for you right now. Moving away from the type of relationships in which maybe you're not feeling that connected and that loved and that aware, or where you need to perform in a sense that you need to be perfect, and if you don't wear your perfect mask, then you feel um yeah, you don't feel safe. You don't feel safe to fuck up. You don't feel safe to feel like you can make mistakes. Your focus being the Queen of Pentacles and the Chariot. Chariot talks about really having all the physical resources to move towards the goal that you have in mind. And the Queen of Pentacles talks about nurturing, caring in a very practical ways, nurturing your body, being nurtured by your um, feeling nurtured the way you treat yourself, ingesting nurturing food, maybe having this exercise routine or dancing or movement, something that helps you stay connected and in your body, and you learn how to regulate your nervous system and so on. The Queen of Pentacles talks a lot also about knowing what's worth to put my energy in. She's very practical. The Chariot is also a rather physical energy. It's a very practical energy, seeing the good, seeing the bad, seeing the duality, but keeping my heart pure. See, he has this square right at the heart and has the star in his forehead, like he's enlightened in this sense because he keeps his heart pure. He creates like this space for his heart center, and he's connected to that. And when we come from the place of love and awareness, when we come from the purity of our heart, we can easily, well, I don't know if it's necessarily easy, but we can stay connected within this type of situations. I can do what I need to do. If I need to set boundaries and communicate them, I can do that from a place of love, self-love, but also love for the other, knowing that nobody's really trying to hurt me. They are just doing what they're doing, whoever is doing, because that's how they've learned it for themselves. This is what how they think their needs should be met, and so on. So if you feel in any way like the people in your life don't necessarily value you for you, it is you are able, by staying at your heart, to recognize that that's not on you, that's on them, that's their journey, and it's maybe time to say goodbye, or time to say goodbye to a certain way of thinking about yourself in these situations, in relationships, in love, in partnerships of some sort, in the Chariot. You have the power to do so. You have the strength, you have the knowledge, you have the understanding. Queen of Pentacles, though, is she's very, very grounded. Do connect to your body. There's so much wisdom in our bodies. Be aware if when you get triggered. Connect to your body whenever you get triggered. Connect to the sensations you have in your body. Staying grounded into full awareness and presence. Your advice is the Magician with the Nine of Swords. The Magician, well, talks in a similar way about having all the resources at your disposal to manifest what you want to manifest, to go on and create for yourself the type of garden you want to be in. It's number one. It's a creating something completely new for yourself. That's not coming from this place of fear and the Nine of Swords. It's very important to look at the Nine of Swords in this way. When we are in this place of like this dark night of the soul, where we can't sleep at night, it's because some thoughts or some wounds that we have need attention, and we push that away from our consciousness most of the time, or from our awareness, conscious awareness, because it is something that we don't feel ready to deal with, or the mind believes that we're not ready to deal with it. And we're not coping with it, we're not really working through it. So it's somewhere, trauma works very much in this way. It stays hidden until the person is ready to really cope with it, and then that's when it comes out in the consciousness. Only when we are really able to heal through it. So there must be some suppressed thoughts here, some suppressed maybe repressed impulses that you haven't worked yourself through, but they're trying to surface right now. They're trying to come out, and they're coming out in this sense of maybe feeling, making you feel very anxious and afraid. And with the magician here, it tells me, especially as your advice, is like, okay, look into that. It is time now to look into that. It is time now to free yourself of this burden and this um huge anxiety that's being built up. That can come from place of fears of rejections, of fears of betrayal. There's a lot of three here as well. Three can talk about third party situations, maybe fear of like, no, maybe in the past in some love relationship I've been cheated on, or I've been cheating, and loyalty is a conversation, or um fear of betrayal of some sort. If I project all these fears from past into the future and into the present, then I don't get to live what's really happening. I don't really give myself to have a new experience. Therefore, it is very important right now, by staying so grounded, by knowing where you're going, by keeping your heart pure, by moving away from the situations that aren't really helping you right now, and being able to really say, okay, um, these are my emotions, they're my emotions. It's fine. I'm really take a responsibility for them, and I'm also able to communicate whatever needs to be communicated, but also able to not act on all the emotions that will come from me. So being free in that space of full authority, I am definitely able to look at this recurrent thoughts that stay somewhere just beyond, just under your conscious awareness. Maybe they show up a lot in dreams, or they keep you in this constant state of buzzing and restlessness. You do have the power, my love. Right now, you really are empowered to dissipate this confusion and fear, and really, really work your way through it. Safe. In future energies, Page of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles. Well, isn't that great? First of all, these are very earthy energies, very much your own, your energy, the way you operate. It's through the physical realm the most, right? The Page of Pentacles is somebody who starts seeing the value in the work he's been putting on. It's also a reminder, the pages talk about transformation, and it's a reminder that your body transforms in its natural way. Being connected with your body, being connected to what your body's needs are, connecting to nature, finding messages from your inner the body wisdom, and finding the messages from the connection with earth, being connected with the cycles of the earth. We have both the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles here that talking about exactly about this, being connected with the cycles of the earth, being understanding that some things you need to invest and wait for them, and allow for certain scenarios and things to play out in order for you to um, see the results, see the crops growing. And the Empress is usually depicted also as being pregnant. Seeing the pregnancy takes time. It's not like, okay, I want a baby, let's conceive the baby and tomorrow's out. Everything needs time to grow. And you, my dear Virgo, are very much aware of that. The Page of Pentacles is really, really feeling through all this, staying present with this, and allowing that natural growth to happen. Like, much like children grow naturally, they don't plan to grow, they can't grow slower or faster than how they really grow, but they can nurture the process. And the King of Pentacles, you're growing into really your own authority as an earth sign here. King of Pentacles is very abundant, is very connected to his estate, if that makes sense. He's like the provider of the family. He's the, or of his community, is a king, right? He's mastered yeah, he's mastered his physical realm, the way he puts his energy where, in practical ways, investments and returns. There's a lot of building going on. King of Pentacles is a builder. Or maybe you're literally building something and you're really getting to the point of mastery and working together with other people. But also, it can simply be that you understand how manifestation of energy into the reality, to the 3D world works. By the way you work with your emotions, the way you work with your mind, the way you work with your heart, my love. Okay, not this. I want a card from the Rumi Oracle. Get some wisdom of the heart. That chariot and that pure heart at the center of your reading. Let's see what's the message. Okay, the hand of Fatima. This card talks about giving birth. We were talking about giving birth to a lot of like let me read to you, actually, it's probably better. Okay, I'll read you the poem from Rumi that's associated to this card. And it says, I can never leave you, not for a moment, not for an hour. You are in everything I do. You are my everything. My drink is your sweetness. I move to your command. I am surrendered prey in your hands, and you are my consuming lion. Your soul and my soul are truly one soul. I swear to our one soul, I long for no one but you. In the garden of your grace, I am only a germinating sprout. The crown of my blooming is the desire to be in your arms. That can sound quite romantic and intimate and sensual. And it can apply to the way we love unconditionally others, but also the way we actually love ourselves. You are giving birth to more spirit than you have ever held before. During such times, a divine midwife can be helpful and supportive. This is Fatima, a radiant daughter of the great beloved, who reaches from the skies, who reaches up from within your body, from within deep in the earth, and brings you the gift of protection, grace, and love. You are safe. Yes, you are safe to deal with this shit now. You are held and you are bound within her warmth. She has received your prayers and she honors your devotions to life, to love, and to growth. The Empress and the Lovers. She will help you. Ask for her blessing. You can use the simplest, well, whatever. I'm just gonna go to the... Okay, this oracle brings you the message that your body is sacred and worth your attention. You do not have to become obsessed. You do not have to push or judge your body, but you can honor him or her as a sacred animal through which your spirit creates soul and expresses itself in the world. This is a truly wonderful and amazing gift, extraordinary and yet fraught with challenge. The spirit can be powerful sometimes, it can be hesitant too, enough to really engage with the body and come to life. That's what I was talking to you about, the Page of Pentacles here. We know that Really befriending your body, befriending and understanding the value in nurturing yourself and nurturing your body. Fatima holds the wildness of the divine feminine wisdom and the sanctity of life. Having the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles here really seem to support that. She has great gifts of ecstatic presence only able to be experienced through the spirit living in the body. She will share this if you allow her to guide you. Well, now it's up to you how you take this. I don't need to necessarily talk about Fatima. It can be truly being present and feeling connected to the universe and being able to also open to receive, to ask for help when help is needed, whether it's from this realm or another. This oracle also comes with guidance. Giving your body rest and healing is most beneficial at this time. There are symptoms you are experiencing, anything from fuzzy headedness to tiredness and aches and pains, as well as shifts in body temperature that seem unbalanced. And these are directly related, if not solely, to the interaction of your spiritual essence with your sacred animal body. These will even out under Fatima's grace and protection, like two housemates learning to live together and enhance each other, rather than distract and annoy each other with their quirks and differences. This is settling in process. This settling in process will happen all the more easily when you ask for Fatima's help. This oracle also advises that if you ask for help and protection in any matter, it will be granted. There is no exception to this rule. There is nothing you have done that has made you unworthy of divine intervention, grace, and love. Not one thing ever. Ask, trust, and receive. Beautiful, my darlings. And quite self explanatory. Do stay grounded, do connect to your body, find that place of this is a transformation that you're going through. Go on with it, allow, feel through, stay, take a lot of rest, don't panic. And it's all good stuff here. It's all good stuff here. That's fantastic, Virgo. I hope you're gonna have an amazing October. If you resonate with this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. It really would help my channel grow more. And I really, really appreciate you being here. And thank you so much for your support. Sending lots of love.